Hey guys, welcome back to our channel,
Plots with a Twist,
where we discuss books,
amongst other things, and
we have a book review.
yes, we do.
Oh, I thought you were about to pull out the book.
Oh, I don't have it.
I know.
It'll be there somewhere. We are reviewing. I do have it. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Look what my son did. He done messed up this page.
He was adding decoration.
Whatever. But let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Okay, boom. So this book is, y'all seen it everywhere.
I liked it.
Y'all seen it everywhere.
Yes, it's gone viral.
Everywhere. Ooh, are you gonna watch Wednesday?
Yes, me and TJ was talking about that. Oh my god,
I feel like
so
a little
cute.
Wednesday Addams. I'm getting my fall
Mm-hmm.
colors going. Okay, anyway.
I loved it.
I just looked at myself. But anywho, this book was everywhere. Like, can y'all chill?
It's everywhere. Like the
Can y'all
girls
calm
are eating
down?
up.
Calm down. It ain't even. But we'll talk about it. So, what is it about? Let's go there first. So, boom. It Ends With Us is a riveting tale of young Lily. No, isn't that how they started?
I don't know if it's riveting, but
yeah. So focuses on Lily. She's an aspiring florist. She works in a marketing job or something like that, and one day she wants to own her own flower shop. She is faced with the loss of her father, who is abusive to her mother, and really kind of not reconciling that relationship, but just trying to understand a little bit more, and just saying to herself she would never be caught dead in that type of situation. Just kind of dealing with a lot of things that she knew she didn't want for herself.
Mm-hmm.
She meets Atlas, what was his last name? I can't remember. She meets Atlas when they were she was 15. He was a homeless boy. He lived in the house, or kind of took up home. I don't know the term I'm looking for, but he basically set down roots in the house, abandoned house that was behind Lily's childhood home, and pretty much she had a relationship with him that was like, you know, a little young love, but
First
they
love.
kind of went on to do their own thing. So I guess roughly 10 years later, Lily is now living in Boston, trying to figure out her life, and pretty much she has a chance encounter with Ryle Kincaid. And he's a dreamy-eyed guy who has, you know, dark intentions and all this, I don't know how they say in romance language, but pretty much he's emotionally unavailable, doesn't run a relationship, but is really stricken by Lily and can't seem to find a way to stop thinking about her. So eventually they kind of enter a relationship, and boom, the story begins. So did I miss anything?
No, that was good.
All right, so what did you like about the book? Stop looking at my notes.
I liked that. I just loved everything about it. No, I enjoyed like the steamy, passionate, whirlwind romance of it. I liked how the characters were drawn to each other and how they met in the beginning. And of course you knew once they met, like you knew he was coming back. It was predictable in that way. Like you just knew where this story was going. But then it takes kind of like a twisted turn, and I enjoyed that part of the book. Even though Kristen might say it was a little predictable. You feel like that? We'll talk about that later. But I enjoyed that part of the book because I don't know, I didn't expect too much of it. I feel like I read it before it started getting really popular, but no, that's not true. I did see it,
right.
But now I'm like seeing it like everywhere. Like it's just
or whatever
nonstop.
month that was.
So yeah, I didn't expect too much of it. I was like, oh, romance, you know, like very much supermarket paperback romance. Let me get into it. Just a quick read. Let me get some books in. And I ended up really, really liking it. I couldn't wait to finish the story and like see where it was gonna go. So,
okay. You know why you see it everywhere? Because the new one is out.
Oh wait, it's the second one to this?
It starts with this.
Okay, now you're dragging it, Colleen. Now you're dragging it. I'm gonna read it, but
all right. So for me, I too found myself enjoying the book. Not that I didn't expect to enjoy it, but the funny thing about me, I read popular books. I read books that I see other people reading. I read hyped up books, but I'm like, why join in the fun if I'm gonna be like, let's see.
Yeah.
So I already have kind of like a chip on my shoulder before entering any type of popular book, but I feel like it's just testing the waters to see if even if it should get all this acclaim and attention. So I guess that's my mindset behind it. But with that, I still enjoyed it. Probably not as much as a whole bunch of other people, but I will say it was an overall enjoyable read. I too just found myself getting caught up in some moments and getting pulled into like the romance aspect of it, the steaminess of it, the like, ooh, this is gonna be like a cute little relationship, especially how it was like progressing, like, oh my god, I love him, I want to be with him. And it's like, yes, good, Lily. So yes, I found myself getting caught up in that as well. I think all the characters kind of had redeeming qualities. It was something you liked about each character that she went into. Lily, I just enjoyed her. You know, she wasn't an unlikable character. Rao, I liked his kind of dark, mysterious past, you know, plaguing his current situation. I like Atlas, the kind of underdog guy, you know, young, my old boo, what he up to, right? And I even liked, you know, Lily's, Rao's sister and all that.
Had a cute relationship.
Yeah, how she kind of entered the story was kind of like, to me, unrealistic, but I guess things like that could happen. Where it's like, I'm rich, I just want a job. Like, that's kind of how she came in.
Come on for me, girl.
So I did like that. I liked all the characters. I think she did a good job of just kind of building them all up and just kind of helping you. You didn't really need a lot of details for some of these characters, but the details she gave helped you understand who they were and why they were the way they were. I'll say I mentioned this, I think, I like the meaning of the title. It's a double entendre in a way, because you think it means one thing, and then based off of what you read, it means one thing, but how it ends, you realize it has a completely different meaning. And so I really like that. I did. I was just like, oh, because I feel like I like those books that you're like, you know how in the movie, I feel like this was a Family Guy joke. It's like the movie where they say the name of the movie. Here's the part where they say the name of the movie. I felt like sometimes you look for that moment in books, and it's like, oh, she said
they actually
so I enjoyed that. But other than that, yeah, I thought it was just a good, enjoyable read overall. So, boom. What you didn't like?
What didn't I like? Nothing. There's nothing I didn't like about this book.
Really?
No. I didn't like.
Okay.
The stuff I don't like about books, it always be like trivial stuff. Like, I didn't like when the character said this, and I didn't like. But overall about the book, like, what did I like? I don't think I didn't like anything. There's certain things about the characters that I didn't, you know, particularly enjoy without giving too much away. But the book, really, I felt like it got to the point. It gave me what I needed. And there's nothing like I really didn't like. And not that it was such like a spectacular book, but it was just like, I was satisfied at the end of it. I was like, oh my God, like,
really?
Yeah. It made me want to go read the rest of her books, and I feel like,
obviously, because you're on a roll.
Yeah, I rarely get that urge when it comes to, and you know what? It has a lot to do with the fact that her books are easy to digest. Yeah. I don't have to take too much time and think about it. Like, you can just get through it and get through it.
Leanne Moriarty, but a romance.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So that's what like appeals to me about her books and her writing style. So yeah, other than Ryle, I can see that coming from a mile away. I just will say that without giving away too much.
Right,
yeah. It was just like,
he was the most unlikable character, but for obvious reasons.
And so it was so predictable. It's like, obviously something's wrong with him. Obviously something has to be wrong with him, because especially in a book, when the character is handsome and got all this, he's a neurosurgeon, and he's
like, the other shoe got to drop.
And he's rich. Yeah, what's wrong? What's wrong with him?
What's wrong?
So
what's wrong?
Yeah. But yeah, I really can't think of. Watch when Kristen starts saying stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see that. So what happened?
I be thinking. You know what happens? I just kind of take a moment to concentrate, and I'm like, okay, let's digest it and take notes. So that's why my notes before my son got to it were cute. So boom. Excuse me. Spam risk. Okay. So I guess I didn't like, and I might have mentioned this in our wrap up, but I'm not sure. If I did, sorry. But I think I wrote that I liked that it was a story coming from her personal experience, but I just wish the language was a little bit more gripping. I felt like the language was really, really simplistic, and it doesn't, you can still be simple and still draw someone in, but I don't think she did that for me. Like, I felt like it stayed very much on the surface when it came to just describing the emotions, describing the events. I wasn't pulled under, I wasn't pulled deep into certain situations, and based on the content that was in the book, it was moments that was opportune. Like I want to be like emotionally stirred by a book. I want to be like uncomfortable in the uncomfortable times. I want to be happy in the happy times, and I didn't quite get that with her. So I don't know if it was the writing. I don't know if it's because it was a personal type. She drew from a personal inspiration that she just mentally or physically or whatever couldn't quite go there. But for me, I can sense that if that, you know, was her hesitation, I can sense that. It just felt like, okay, I'm telling this story because it might be an important story for somebody, and ultimately it just didn't quite get that. I don't know. That don't make sense to you?
Like, you just didn't feel like the depth of it.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was a good subject matter to tackle. The way she handled the subject matter, I thought was great, because without spoiling the book, many women are involved in similar situations that don't always come out on the other end. And so I just felt like she could have gone a little bit further with it. Other than that, like you said, I didn't too much care for some of the character traits of some of the characters. Like Rao, that's the good part about it. You still wanted to like Rao, even though he did things that was like, who is this man I fell in love with her? Like, you know, who is this man that she whatever. But yeah, you end up not really liking just how his character develops. What else I didn't like? I felt like it was a little too cheesy at moments.
It was a little cheesy, but I didn't mind that.
At moments, not at moments. It was kind of like, girl, like I roll, like, come on, like, yes, I'd marry him tonight. Let's go do it. Like,
You can't
I roll,
in a
yeah.
passionate relationship.
I guess I can. So for me, certain moments were a little too far-fetched. It was just a little too gushy, too, like, child. Stuff don't happen like that in real life. Other than that, y'all gotta calm down on this book. It was alright.
It wasn't that good.
I'm not gonna say it wasn't that good, but you know, the hype that it has, it's like, y'all gotta calm down. I don't necessarily, so that's a dislike. I don't necessarily think the hype. I think it's a good book. I think there's a lot of books that I feel like are hyped, that are good books, and the author has gained popularity, so therefore, you know, they have a following, they have a fan base, the fans are going to celebrate it. But the book itself, like, it was good, but it wasn't like, oh my god,
It wasn't, yeah.
like, so yeah. All right, so what did you rate the book?
Oh, you know I gave it 5. I gave it a hearty 5. And like I said, it was just easy to digest. It gave me what I needed.
Okay.
It was scandalous. It was romantic. It was sad. It was, you know, cheesy. Like, it was just cute. So, well, not cute, but cute at times. And then still, like, gave you kind of like the drama as well. But, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I gave it a 4. I think, you know, this video will probably be up after our 4-star read. So I mentioned it in that video as well. It was just something, like I said, the things that kind of stopped me from getting lost in the story. That's what it was. I just didn't get lost in the story like I did with some other books. And so that prevented me from kind of taking it there. But I will say overall, it's still a good book. So definitely more than a 3. So I gave it a 4. Okay, what you recommend it? I already know.
I would recommend it, but you know what? I would not even everybody. I would recommend it to people who I know like stuff like this, like the little quick reads, the Leanne Moriarty's, the just the little this is a genre. I feel like Colleen does write for a specific not even type of person, but a specific reader, like people who like to read about certain things and don't want to kind of like think too much about the book afterwards. I think I feel like that, even though this book had like the deeper issues and stuff in it, it was handled lightly. Yeah, exactly. So, and you can get through it and read it and kind of enjoy it and move on. So I think I would recommend it to people like, that don't read, people that don't even read a lot, because I feel like it's a good book to
one
get through, and it'll grab, the subject matter will grab their attention. So yeah. I would recommend it to that type of person. I would recommend it to people who read. I'd be like, okay, yeah, I read that. It was straight. And I don't know who else, because if I'm thinking of my friend group, I would recommend it to them, but I think they would enjoy it. I think they would. So I would, same. I would recommend it to a specific type of reader. Now, if you're looking for something that tackles certain subject matter and, looking for like just a overall character developed story that really gives you the insight of this type of person in this situation, it grazes, the top of, or what's the term I'm looking for? It grazes the surface in doing that. So I wouldn't tell that type of person to read it. But other than that, like just someone who wants a good hearty romance, I think, Okay. Well, let us know if you've read it. Everybody read it, so I know y'all did. Yeah, so please leave comments and let us know, because we read the comments and like to see what y'all got to say about the books that we've read. And that's a popular one, so we read it. Like this video, subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll be back next time. Bye.